Microorganisms, friends and foe. First, we'll talk about microorganisms. They are the tiny living organisms that are present all around us in soil, water, and air, and they are so small that they cannot be seen through our naked eye. We require a microscope to see them. They live inside human beings also, and they help in digestion and other biological process. So even though we cannot see them, their presence is noticeable through their effects such as spoiling food and causing diseases also. The question arises that why are microorganisms important to us? Are they useful or harmful? See, they are important as they have both beneficial and harmful effects on humans, animals, and the environment. First, we'll talk about the useful effects of microorganisms. They help in the food production, medicine sector, decomposition, in agriculture. So they are quite beneficial for us. But when we talk about the harmful effects, they spoil the food, causes diseases in humans, plants, animals, but still they play a vital role in nature, both positive and negative. So understanding their effects helps us use them beneficially while preventing their harmful effect. Now, what are the major groups of microorganisms? So they are classified into 5 major groups: bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi, and algae. And each group of microorganism has distinct characteristics and play an important role in the nature. We will begin with bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic single-cell organisms that exist in large number everywhere, including air, soil, water, and even inside the living beings. And they have a well-defined nucleus. They lack a well-defined nucleus. So they have a cell wall, and they are classified into 3 shapes: spherical, rod shape, and spiral shape. And they reproduce rapidly by binary fission, where one splits into 2 identical cells. And some bacteria are autotrophic and while other are heterotrophic. And if we talk about their movement, they have flagella, whip-like structures that help them to move. They are again useful and harmful also. The useful, they help in the curd formation. Then rhizobium bacteria is very good for the soil fertility. They help in the decomposition of organic waste. They are used in antibiotics also. But if we talk about the harmful effects, they causes diseases like tuberculosis, typhoid, cholera. They even spoil the food. So they play significant role in both beneficial and harmful ways. Next is virus. They are the smallest microorganisms that cannot live independently. They are unique because they act as non-living outside host but become active and reproduce inside a living cell. Its characteristics: it's made up of protein coat and genetic material, that is DNA or RNA. They lack cell structures like nucleus, cytoplasm, and a cell wall. And they reproduce, they can multiply inside the living cell of the host. Non-living behavior is that outside a host, they do not respire, feed, grow, or move even. Examples include lactobacillus, then influenza virus, and so on. And some viruses are not affected by antibiotics, so they are more challenging to treat than bacterial infections. Next is protozoa. They are single-cell animals like microorganisms and that are found in pond, lake, dirty water, drain, rivers, and so on. And they live freely, while others are parasites that cause diseases. So they are unicellular, made of single cell only, and they move using structures like cilia, flagella, and pseudopodia. Now, reproduction, they reproduce by binary fission or multiple fission, and they absorb nutrients from the environment, while parasitic protozoa feeds on host cell. So there are many diseases that are caused by protozoa also, and that can be malaria, amoebic dysentery, etc. They are major disease causing microorganisms, especially in tropical regions. Next is algae. So algae are simple plant-like microorganisms that contain chlorophyll, perform photosynthesis. They are mostly aquatic and can be found in freshwater, seawater, and damp environments. They have chlorophyll, and then they can produce their own food through photosynthesis. They are unicellular, multicellular, and some algae like blue-green algae can fix nitrogen, enrich soil fertility, and they even contribute significantly to the oxygen supply in the aquatic environments. And they are edible also. They can be used to help to fix nitrogen in the soil, but on the other side they are toxic also, which can contaminate drinking water, cause diseases. So again, they play an important role in maintaining ecological balance and supporting aquatic life. Next is fungi. They are a group of microorganisms that do not contain chlorophyll and cannot make their own food. They obtain nutrients from decaying organic matter or as parasites on the living organisms. They have no chlorophyll. Then saprophytic fungi feed on dead organic matter, and their structure is they consist of fine thread-like structures called hyphae, and some fungi like yeast are unicellular. They reproduce through spores that spread in air and grow under suitable conditions. Examples can be yeast, penicillium, or mushrooms, and they help in food production, medicine, decomposition, and harmful fungi includes that it can spoil food, cause disease, and again they play a crucial role in nature but can also be harmful when they grow on food or infect humans and plants. Next topic is fermentation. See, fermentation is a breakdown of sugar into alcohol or acids by the action of microorganisms, and this process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. In the process of fermentation, microorganisms like yeast feed on sugar. Yeast releases enzymes that convert sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. So this process takes place in the absence of oxygen, that is anaerobic respiration. Its uses include in the food industry, beverage industry, medicines, and even industrial uses like production of acetic acid. So it's an important process used in food, medicine, and industry. Have you ever asked a question that why are vaccines important? See, a vaccine is a special preparation that helps the body develop immunity against a specific disease. They are made from weakened or dead microorganisms that trigger the body's immune system to fight future infections. And many vaccinations like polio vaccine, smallpox, cholera, typhoid, hepatitis B, etc. have been already there, which are injected to the people. Its importance as it protects individuals and communities from deadly diseases. It reduces the spread of infections also. So it's an important tool in disease prevention and public health. Next is food poisoning. What are its causes and symptoms? So it's an illness caused by consuming contaminated food or water with harmful microorganisms or toxins. It can be bacterial contamination or fungal contamination, and its symptoms include vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, abdominal pain or cramps, fever, and headache also. And how can we prevent that? By storing food properly in clean and dry place, then washing hands before handling the food, cook food at high temperature to kill the harmful microbes, and refrigerate them for a proper maintenance. The food preservation includes more methods where we can prevent food from spoiling due to the action of microorganisms. That can be refrigeration, freezing, or what we can do is sun drying, which can remove the moisture, then addition of salt that can kill the bacteria, addition of sugar, then again prevents bacterial growth by absorbing moisture, or chemical preservation or used in preserving pickles and sauce also. Then pasteurization, that in which milk is heated at 70 degrees Celsius and rapidly cooled to kill the bacteria, or airtight packaging. So each method prevents food from spoiling, make it safe for consumption over a long period. Next is the nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen cycle is a continuous movement of nitrogen between the atmosphere, soil, plants and animals. And in nitrogen fixation, bacteria in root nodules of leguminous plants convert nitrogen gas into nitrogen compounds. Consumption by animals. So animals eat plants and obtain nitrogen for growth and body function. When animals and plants die, decomposers break down their bodies into nitrogen compound, and these compounds return again to the soil. So in a way, they maintain the balance of nitrogen in the environment, help in plants' growth by supplying essential nutrients, reduce the dependence on artificial fertilizers also. So nitrogen cycle ensures that nitrogen is continuously recycled in nature. Next are communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are those diseases which are caused by the action of microorganism, and they can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through various modes. That can be air, that can be water or other modes. When we talk about air, common cold, tuberculosis, measles are quite familiar. Then water, through water and food, that can be cholera, typhoid and dysentery. Through insect bites like mosquitoes, housefly, they can again pass on the infection from the infected person to the healthy person. Example is malaria, dengue. So we can reduce this by having healthy habits. We need to follow good hygiene practices, wash our hands before and after using the toilet, drinking safe water, protection from insect bites, avoid sharing personal items like towels, clothes, etc. So these following hygiene vaccine methods or vaccinations can reduce the risk of communicable diseases and keep our community healthy. A major question arises that how does malaria spread and what are their symptoms and prevention methods? Malaria is a serious disease caused by a protozoan parasite called Plasmodium and spread by the bite of female Anopheles mosquito. When a mosquito bites an infected person, it sucks blood containing the Plasmodium parasite, and when the same mosquito bites a healthy person, it injects the parasite into the bloodstream. So the parasite travels to the liver and red blood cells where it multiplies and causes malarial symptoms. The symptoms could be high fever with chills, headache, weakness, vomiting and so on. So how can it be prevented? We can prevent mosquito breeding. Do not allow water to be stagnant near your homes. Use mosquito protections, spray insecticides, then medical prevention by taking anti-malarial medicines. So malaria is a preventable disease and proper precautions can reduce its spread effectively. For further any doubts, you can comment in the chat box and do give your feedback on this video and do like and subscribe.